Did you know that the internet has now made it possible for everyone in the world who has access to the internet to have a free business without any money up front? Well, I'm going to explain to you exactly how. Hey, Jason here. If you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me go through Johannesburg, just left Botswana. If you've been checking me out on TikTok also. But most importantly, you've been seeing me talk about success, what it is, and how to get it in the three areas of life that I focus on, which are happiness, health, and wealth. And so today I wanted to really talk to you about what is the internet really offering us from business. And if you're someone that wants to get started in business or have a business, this will be important to you. And so let's go ahead and dig into it. If you're new to the channel, the definition of success is the progressive realization of a worthy idea by Earl Nightingale. And owning your own business, especially a successful one, is such a worthy idea. So that's why I want to share this information with you. And so if you don't know me, like I've been doing internet marketing for about 5 years now. I was doing it with my late wife, Cece. Me and her, it was something we had a goal to do together, that was to create several businesses, but also figure out how to not be dependent on working a job. Like one of the things we got really tired of was always feeling like we had to trade our time for money. And so we wanted to figure out ways to make that a lot easier, because everybody kept saying you will never get rich by trading your time for money. So we wanted to see what are other ways to do that we can set up passive income. Now, as we started out on our journey, when we first started, we had no clue what we was doing, man. When I tell you it was a struggle and it was a learning curve, like it was difficult, man. And so like looking back at it now, these few 5 years that I sacrificed in learning, it was worth it. Like the knowledge that I have now, the understanding of business that I have now, it is so worth it. Like I know where my goal is going to be. I know how I'm going to get there. And I know it's not going to take hard work. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And you may be like, oh, Jason, so how is this possible? How can you do it? Well, before I tell you how it's possible, first, we got to understand one fundamental principle of business. And this was what was the biggest stumbling block for me for most of the time while learning how to do internet marketing and start creating businesses online. It was, what do every business needs to be successful? Now, most people may say sales, customers, and things like that. You need those to generate revenue. But to be a successful business, you need traffic. You need a traffic source. And what is traffic when we're talking about business? Because most of us, if you're not in the entrepreneurship world or you're not in owning your own business, you don't understand traffic from that standpoint. You're probably thinking of driving in the middle of the highway in rush hour, and you're thinking of traffic that way. But what traffic is for a business, it is how much people can you put in front of your opportunity or service. Meaning, so if you see, like, let's take Las Vegas. Most people know Las Vegas. Las Vegas is on the so if you're having a business on the actual strip with all the main casinos, you're probably guaranteed to be more profitable than if you're off in on some curve or some corner that no one knows about. And the reason being is because that main strip is a high traffic area, meaning people are coming back and forth all the time. It's called foot traffic. Every business in the world operates off of this principle of they're looking for places with high volume of traffic, especially foot traffic, because your hope is that if someone sees your restaurant or your business, that they're going to come in and buy something. Now, this is based off a principle of if you build it, they will come. That used to be very true, especially back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, because there wasn't much distraction in the world. Meaning, if you're walking down the street, there could probably only be like three or four different types of businesses. You didn't have the world that we live in today where you can literally get everything access to you at your phone. Like if you in the United States, Amazon, if you're in South America, Mercado Libre, and you can use, like if you're here in South Africa, Take a Lot. Because you have all of these options, you can't have all of those businesses just sitting on one corner. It would be impossible for all of them to be there. And so because of this, now that we are in this digital era, we have to start understanding how to get digital traffic. And this is the beautiful thing where the internet has gave all of us free businesses. It's called using our social media platforms. You can either build a brand of yourself, build a brand around things you like to do, You can also use it as an affiliate marketing program. You can even have a whole social media platforms that has nothing to do with you or your face. It can be animated. It can be voice AI, like all of these different things now. And if you're a business, a traditional business, and you selling a product or a service, if you don't utilize your social media platform, it's nearly next to impossible for anyone to ever find you except by word of mouth. And so this is where the internet has freed us up. We now are now able to generate our own unlimited amount of traffic. However, when it comes to social media, when you're generating your traffic, it's not called quite traffic anymore. It's called a different word. And we got to start understanding that these words mean the same thing, and we got to correlate these things. And this is where most businesses are missing with the social media platforms. It's called your subscribers. It's called your followers. That is your traffic source. If you have 5,000, 10,000, or hundreds of thousands of followers, that is traffic that you can be throwing your product, service, or opportunity at. Now you may be like, okay, Jason, but what if I don't have a business? That is even okay too. If you generate enough of followers or subscribers, remember that's traffic. You can now make money off of having that traffic, meaning getting paid off of advertisement. So, like here on this YouTube channel, once I hit all the parameters to hit advertisement, I will be making money here because I'm creating a traffic source for the YouTube algorithm or Google to actually start figuring out, hey, what do these type of people like? What do you like? What are the items that they can get in front of you? It doesn't mean that I have to sell those items. Also, what I can do is I'm building traffic on here. And when I'm having different opportunities or coming across different things where people can have different job opportunities, stuff like that, learn about different programs, I can suggest those to you. And if there's some that are pay based, I can earn a commission off of those. Like, think about that. If you have 100 followers, let's say you have 100,000 followers. Out of 100,000 followers, let's say 10%, you convert 10% into buying something for you. Let's say if out of that 10%, so out of 10% of 100,000, that's what, 10,000 people? So 10,000 people, and let's say if you're making 10% off of a $100 program, that's, guys, you see how much money that is? And it's easy. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, I really don't like using the word easy, but it's easy if you focus on the right part of building the business with social media. And so this is where I want to give you the really, really biggest piece of advice. If you're, especially if you're interested in this, you're like, man, I did not realize this was the opportunities out here. Now, if you really want to be able to capitalize off something like this is all you need to focus on. Don't focus on getting to monetization. Don't focus on creating high edited videos. Don't focus on getting the most expensive camera or iPhone or computer. Use whatever you have at the level that you're at. I'm shooting with my Samsung camera right now. Sometimes I shoot with my GoPro action camera, well, Insta360. Sometimes I shoot with just my laptop computer. I use the things that I have readily available. And if you're just focusing on creating content. Now, most people are going to tell you focus on SEO, search engine optimization. Do not focus on that. This is why I'm telling you not to focus on it. Search engine optimization, unless you got in that game early enough where it was profitable, you're going to be spending a lot of money up front. So instead, utilize the artificial intelligence of each platform to your advantage. Whichever platform you're utilizing, keep uploading content. Content is the new SEO, guys. Like, people are not telling you this. Content is the new SEO. At the end of the day, you can't have followers with 3 videos. You're not going to be able to get 100,000 people to watch your stuff. And if you don't have at least 100 videos, let's just be honest here. And you can't create 100 videos in one day because it's going to look very suspect and look very suspicious. So this is why you should just focus on doing it in 2 areas of creating content. One, do 3 to 5 videos a week. However number you feel, wherever you feel. If you feel 3 is okay, if you feel 5 is okay, or you're just in the dead middle with 4. But 3 to 5 videos a week. And try to do it to where you're uploading them consistently on the same days. Meaning, let's say if you're doing 3 a week and you're like, oh, I'm going to just do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, release a video and have it uploaded. That way you're training the artificial intelligence to see, hey, okay, this person, this is around the time and the day that they start uploading. Let me start getting their stuff out and let's start figuring out who we need to get their information to. Second way to do it is upload each and every day. Now, depending on how diverse your topic is or how niche it is, will depend on how fast you get a following on there. Now, if you're doing something that is completely left field, out of the box, going to a whole nother level of creativity, such as people who do van living, things like that, you may build your following faster. Because look at how much energy you're being put in there. Like, really think about that, guys. Like, if you're going from living a traditional life to now you're living out of a van and you're figuring out and you're walking people through that, that's interesting. And you deserve to build a big following fast. And that is great because people are going to like, know, and trust you because they're going to really feel like they have a good understanding of who you are, especially when they're seeing you struggling and you're making mistakes and you're asking questions. Or you can do entertainment based, where you're either maybe making content that's funny or doing jokes, doing voiceovers, things like that, if that's your lane. You can also do things where let me just show snapshots of parts of my life. This is branding yourself. All of these are different ways to create content. You can talk about TV shows you like. If you see some of my videos on my channel, I show people marketplaces I go to. I talk about foods that I eat. I show grocery hauls when I'm going to the supermarket compared to going to a local market. I talk about my travels. Like all of those are different things that you can do. And that's why I show all of those. So it's giving you examples of, man, you know what? I may not want to talk about success like Jason does, where I'm doing ILT here, invest, learn, train. I invest my time and sometimes my money into different things that I learn. And then I come back on here and train them or teach them to you. And that's another way you can do things too. You can read a book and talk about your takeaways from that book. You can do a program, talk about your takeaways from the program. You can go to a seminar, take notes, and just tell people about the notes that you took. Like creating content is so vast right now. Everyone is able to do it. Everyone has something in this world that they're valuable. Like you'll be shocked on some of the videos that I watch. Like I'm watching a sacral chakra cleansing sound bath. It's a 288 hertz video. I watch videos where it's just a 4K fireplace just flickering and I have it in the background, especially on cold nights like last night when electricity finally came. I just had the fireplace playing. All of these are different ways to create content and start monetizing over time. Now, if you want to also do a faster way, you can upload videos every day like I do. This is one of the reasons I do it. I'm building my traffic a lot faster. So every day on YouTube, there's a new video uploaded by me. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 videos. And like that is just the simple way of showing you like the internet is the blessing that we all been waiting for. Because if you look at no matter what industry someone's in, especially let's take the music industry. Some of your biggest musicians have the biggest presences on social media with their brands. We're talking about people like Snoop Dogg, people like 50 Cent. Like I was just listening to a 50 Cent thing where he was talking about how Lloyd Banks didn't want to go on IG because he thought it was ungangster to engage with his followers on IG. And he was like, oh, Tupac and Biggie wouldn't do this. And 50 Cent was like, this logic makes no sense. Like, dude, this is talking about money. And this is what I want you to understand, guys. Social media is money. Like, stop looking at it as from a way to just consume content and start looking at it from a way that you can start making money and free yourself. Like, nobody's saying anything wrong with scrolling through videos. I still scroll through videos and look at stuff myself. However, I still make sure I make the time to monetize and create content for the future using my social media platforms. And that's what I encourage you to do also. Like if you really want to start changing your life, especially from a monetary perspective, start going ahead and using some of that time you're just mindlessly scrolling and start creating content like this today. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't so you can see updated videos like this each and every day. Also share this with others because we're in the information age and this is the world of technology, guys. It's all about collaborating with one another. You never know who's sitting there right there by you and they're just a fingertip away from you giving them something that they needed to change their life. And then just remember this, guys. I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.